Ash in the middle, Daniel on my left and Bernard behind. We represent Century 21 Real Estate, and to the neighbours that have joined us here today, thank you very much for your attendance. It certainly does add to the atmosphere. And to the vendors, thank you for the opportunity of selling the property. We in Century 21 realise you have a choice in who you choose to sell your home. We're very much honoured they've chosen Century 21 Real Estate in Noble Park. The contracts have been on display for the past half an hour, and they simply state that we're purchasing the land described in the attached certificate of title, which is Lot 105 on plan of subdivision 113698, volume 09264, folio 168. What's that? That's just a legal description for the property. You, me and the postman all know it as 25 Burchall Grove in Dandenong North. We're calling for a 10% deposit, balance in 30 to 60 days, and chattels to be sold and passed with the property, all fixed floor coverings, all electric light fittings, and all the fixtures and fittings as you have inspected them today. As we are selling by public auction, there are a few special conditions that I must make mention of. They are firstly, subject to the vendor's reserve price. The highest bidder whose bid is accepted by the auctioneer shall be the purchaser. If any dispute arises concerning any bid, the auctioneer shall in his opinion either decide whose was the last bid or simply resubmit the property at the last undisputed bid. The auctioneer may refuse any bid and may determine the minimum or maximum amount by which the bidding shall be advanced, and no bid, once made, shall be retracted. The vendor may withdraw the property from sale at any time without disclosing the reserve price. In addition, by law, I must advise that today's auction was conducted in accordance with rules of Schedule 1, Sale of Land Regulations 2005, and any additional conditions that are made available upon your inspection today. The auction rules permit the making of vendor bids. The auction rules prohibit the making of vendor bids other than by me, the auctioneer. During the auction, I will say vendor bid when I make a vendor bid, and I will nominate bidders on request. The law prohibits a person from falsely claiming or falsely acknowledging that he or she made a bid, and the law prohibits an intending bidder or person acting on behalf of an intending bidder from intentionally preventing or causing a major disruption to the auction. Substantial penalties apply for anyone engaging in these activities. Attached to the contract for sale is section 32, shows that all services are available to the property. We are zoned neighbourhood residential zoning. Vic Roads has no interest in the property whatsoever, and the outgoings shown show the council rates of $1,325 per annum, garbage charge of $417 per annum, Southeast water charge of approximately $225 per quarter, and a fire service levy of approximately $285 per year. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the contract for sale and the section 32. Are there any questions in relation to the documentation at this late point? Nope, I didn't think so. There's been a lot over the last 4 weeks. I think we've managed to get to all of those questions. I'd like to talk a little bit about the property now, and then of course hand it over to you to find out who's going to be the second owner of this beautiful home that stands before us today. As a real estate professional for approximately 24 years, I've had the honour to represent a lot of clients and sell a lot of properties, but very seldomly does a home come up that has such unique status and characteristics that this home has to offer today. Over the last 4 weeks, we've had an abundance of people come through the home, and it's not every day that you get to see a home that has been looked after as well as it has, so it's a credit to the family who's had this property in this possession since day one. And of course, the characteristics of the home being that tri-level on the top of the hill with those beautiful views over Dandenong North. The home itself has got beautiful split living options, impeccably maintained. I want to go back to that as well. I'd like to draw your attention to maybe the example of buying a second-hand car. You go to the dealership or the private buyer, and seller I should say, and you examine that car, and if it's clean, looked after, there's no crumbs down the side of the seat, the logbooks are all in order, you know that that vehicle has been looked after and well maintained, and it's a safe and secure purchase. There's no difference with a home. You've all walked through this home, some 3, 4, and 5 times. You don't need to tell me why you should buy it. You don't need me to tell you why you should put your hand up or your hand in your pocket just one more time and pay a little bit more, because I'll just tell you this. It may be 1, 2, or 3 years before another home like this becomes available. And if current climate conditions of the property market are anything to go by, the price you're going to pay for that home the next time it comes around is going to be significantly north of what I can offer you this premise today. So just when you're thinking about your next move or your next bid, just think to yourself, do I want my next 24 weekends back? Do I want that extra 50K in my pocket? Just stretch it a little bit further today because there's not going to be another one for a long time. So now I'll hand it across to you. There's been one owner. There's going to be two today. Whose name is going on the paperwork for 25 Burchall Grove in Dandenong North? Let's get started. Who wants to buy it?
900 here, Travis.
900 I have. Thank you, sir, and welcome at 9. We'll take a 20 rise at that. At 900 is fairly bidden off the right now. We'll call for 20. At 900 I'm fairly bidden off it now. I'll look at 20 anywhere at all. At 900 I've got now. Just put your hand up if you like. At 920 can I say? At 900 it is. 20 is the call. At 900,000 I've got now, and 20 needs to be. Who'd like to join? A lot of familiar faces in front of me. 20? Welcome at 20, sir. At 20 I have, and 40 straight back if you like. On the nod now, I'll put your hand up. At 40 can I say? At 920 I'm bid now, and 40 is the call. At 40, back in at 40, sir. At 20 I've got. At 920,000 now once. At 920,000 now twice. Welcome here at 40. At 40, just heard it. Would you like to go 60 though? At 40 I have now, straight back if you like. At 60, sir. At 40 I've got. At 40 it is now. At 60 can I get you in? At 60 back. At 60 back, and 80 can I say? At 60 I've got now, and 80 is the call. At 960 now, we in or we out? 70. That's not so strong. 960 it is. Are you sure you want to do that?
970.
970. Bit low. 960. I've had some instruction here. Got to be 20 at this stage. At 960 now. 80 it is. At 80 now, round me out a mil, sir. At 980 I've got now, and 1 is the call. At 980 I've got now, and 1 million it needs to be. At 980 it is now, 1 million I say. At 980 now, 4-horse race. At 980 now, who'd like to join? At 1 million can I say? At 980,000 now once. At 980, at 1 million, fresh bidding at a mil. At a mil now, and 20 can I say? At 1 million, 20 on the nod now, and 40 it needs to be. At 20 I've got. At 40 back in front if you like. At 1 million and 20 now, and 40 I say. Back in over here at 40. At 1 million and 20 I've got now. 40 is the call. At 1 million and 20,000 now once. At 1 million and 20,000 now twice. At 1 million 20, 40, welcome in at 40. New face at 40. At 40 I've got here. At 40 here now, 60 I call. At 1 million and 40 now, I call 60.
150.
50, I'll take the 10. No, you want to 50?
1 million and 50, yeah.
50 I've got. At 50, 60, sir, or 70, what do you want to be? At 50 I've got. At 1 million and 50 now, and 60 I call. 70, better bid at 70. At 80 can I say? At 1 million and 70 now, is it a 2-horse race? At 1 million and 70 I have now 80.
180.
80 is the call. 90 can I say? I'll round me out at 1.1. At 1 million and 80 I've got. At 1 million and 80,000.
1.1.
1.1 on the nod. At 1.1 I've got. At 1.1, you sure? Chiropractor says this way. It's better for your back, and you can buy a house. At 1.1 I've got. At 1 million and 1,000 is the bid. At 1.1 I've got. On the left-hand side. What do we want to do? I tell you what, this is a very important decision. Like I said, there's not going to be another one for a while. I'm going to give you 60 seconds just to reconsider. At 1.1 on my left, I'll be back in a second.
That's what we're going to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your patience. At $1.1 million, I have clear instructions we're selling here today. No better bid, sold sticker on the board, photo with me, that's got to be worth 10K. At 1.1 million it is. At 1.1 million, 10 I've got. At 1.11. At 1.11 it is. 1,110. 20 back in, sir. You sure? 1,110. 10 more to 30.
30. A Million 30, million 130.
1,130,000. You said that last time. You said that last time. 1,100,000. You can buy your weekend back here. You can buy your weekend back at $1,130,000. I have instructions to sell. No better bid we sell. Ladies and gentlemen, when the contract hits my hand and I say sold, I cannot take another bid. That is what the law says. If you like it, hands out of your pocket now. At $1,130,000, I need to hear from you. I'll call it 3 times. No better bid we sell. At $1,130,000 once. At $1,130,000 twice. I'll take 1,000 at this stage. 31. I'll let you back in for 1,000. Can I be fairer than that? You sure? You sure? I've got to take it other homes. We just do it right here. 1,130,000.
Ran out of cash, man.
I understand. 1,130,000 now. Twice. At 1,130,000 for the third and final call. Are we all done? Finished? Silent? At 1,130,000. Property's going, going, going. Last chance. Welcome to Burchall Grove. So, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your attendance today. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope Century 21 could be of service to you soon.